What's up? What's up? For those that just subscribe, I'm going to welcome you to my channel. Here is where I talk about and show my MMA journey and some of the concepts from MMA and how I apply them to my life. So there's another concept that, trust me when I tell you I'm working on it, is finding my range. So in simpler terms, you can find your range by just extending your arm. I'm literally like extending your arm. And if you can touch the person's shoulder, then that's how you find your range, with a jab or a cross. Obviously, you're going to be in the fighting stance, right? So me, I am a shorter fighter and I don't have long arms, which means that my range is going to be different from a taller person with longer arms. So that's my range. I am a shorter person, a short fighter, and I don't have a long reach. So when it comes to striking, I need to make sure that I'm able to touch the person and I'm able to find my own range in order for me to hit. Because if I'm too close and if I don't know how to use that range, like if I'm too close and I'm not using hooks and let's say I'm trying to do a cross, it's not gonna work out right. But if I'm too far away, I'm out of range where I can't hit the person, then that's also another thing that's not gonna work out. Do you see how even when we try to reach without using our footwork, there's no balance? So then the same thing with life. If we force something, there's gonna be no balance in the relationship or anything. It means that when we're both fighting, we gotta find what works for both of us, right? Once we find our ranges, this is where the real work begins, because this is where we can start setting up combos and takedowns and whatnot. So even in life, when we have relationships, friendships, any type of relationship with anybody, this is where we want to find our own range. We want to know where we establish what type of relationship that we have with that one person, because you definitely don't want to get in too close and you don't want to be too far away, too distant from that one person, because that's not how relationships work. Like in fighting, if you close distance like me, right? And if I don't know how to use that distance when I'm too close, then this is where I'm gonna put myself in a bad situation, because I'm gonna get hit or I won't be able to strike, significant. So here is a hard lesson that I'm gonna share with you guys, because this is my way of understanding myself. My dad is in Mexico and I haven't seen him in over 15 years. And I stopped talking to him for, let's say, 90% of those years until recently. And I've always said, I want a relationship with my dad. I always want a better relationship with him. Like, I used to say these things, but obviously there's no action behind it, right? Because there was no communication. And so I distanced myself already physically. I'm already distanced from him because he lives in another country. But at the same time, I was not communicating with him through phone or through phone calls or anything like that. So definitely there was a lot of distance, which for me, I always felt like there was nothing there, like something was missing, right? And obviously it was the relationship with him. I was missing the relationship with my dad. And so I did not talk to him for many years because I was too afraid to start the relationship. And in fighting, if we're afraid to even get in, then why are we doing it in the first place, So at the same time, I was doing this for myself. I was not allowing myself to talk to him, and I was not allowing him to talk to me. So there was no relationship there. all this distance that I put on us, this is what caused me to feel unhappy. I said to myself, okay, if I want to build a relationship with him, I need to start small. And then this is where I began to talk to him more. And yeah, thankfully, as you guys can see, there's one of the videos that I posted about maybe a month ago, and it's in Spanish. And I dedicated that video to him because I wanted to explain and I wanted to show him what I do, which for me, this is something that I'm working on with him. You know, this is where, even though we're not physically close, we can still communicate. And like I said, one of those hard truths that I found out and I got to realize because of the distance and being out of range is the fact that when you're out of range for too long, then there's nothing there. Not even the person that you're fighting can hit you, or you can't hit either. So there's literally no productivity there. There's no fighting. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. But like I said, this concept is challenging. You know, once I find my range and I can hit, then, you know, I'm fighting.
Like, subscribe, and hit the notification button.
One time I thought it was Nene.